Hello and welcome back, guys. Today I'm making Wanna make the cake, you can also use some store-bought cake.